on this rainy Sunday. So let's sing a song together. Let's get our thumbs ready. We're going to sing There Are Promises, and this might be the last time we sing it for a little while, so let me hear you sing it out loud. Here we go. Thumbs up.
There are promises for you and me in the V-I-B-L-E. All God's promises we can see in the V-I-B-L-E. I'm gonna stand up tall and spin around, jump up high and shout out loud. Woo! There are promises for you and me in the V-I-B-L-E.
What does that spell again?
Bible.
Good job. Let's do it again. Get your thumbs ready. Ready?
There are promises for you and me in the V-I-B-L-E. All God's promises we can see in the V-I-B-L-E. I'm gonna clap my hands and stomp my feet, dance around and wiggle to the beat. Oh yeah, there are promises for you and me in the V-I-B-L-E.
Hey, do you think you guys can sing the next part by yourself? Turn your microphone up. Let me hear you.
There are promises for you and me in the V-I-B-L-E.
Good job.
All God's promises we can see in the V-I-B-L-E. I'm gonna stand up tall and spin around, jump up high and shout out loud. Woo! I'm gonna clap my hands and stomp my feet, dance around and wiggle to the beat. Oh yeah, there are promises for you and me in the V-I-B-L-E.
Give yourself a big clap. Good job, friends. 1, 2, 3. I'll let you go ahead and take a quick seat. You know what time it is. It is time for me to do our playroom transformation. We've got to become not just Miss Nicole, but Stripe, this playtime superhero with a purple stripe. Hey, I'm so glad you're here because guess what? We are getting ready to play a really fun game. See if you can guess what it's called. Let's see. Chess? Do you have a guess? Yeah, look up here for clues. There are some clues up here. This
Musical
is
game.
a musical game, and it's played with
Musical chairs.
Do you think we're going to play musical chairs? Yep, you're right. You guessed it. We're
Y'all talking about musicals? I
Yes,
love musicals. They're so fun.
musicals.
Hey everybody, you remember me, right, Miss Sandra? Except I'm polka dot in the game room. And my friend Stripe here was obviously just talking about musicals. I love musicals. They're so much fun. My family watches them all the time. You've probably seen some too. You know, sometimes musicals are like totally on a stage in a theater and people are, you know, telling a story by singing songs and dancing around. And sometimes it's movies that get turned into big movies that you can watch at home with singing and dancing. You know, sometimes it starts as a movie like The Lion King, and then they turn it into a stage version that's a musical, and you can go watch the actors on the stage. There's so many fun musicals, like Sound of Music. Have you seen that? My hills are alive with the sound of music. Oh! I love when people have. Or Singing in the Rain. That's a really fun old musical with lots of singing and dancing. It's so fun. No one in here has seen that except anyone older than me. Anyway, it's so fun. There's lots of good musicals. And then like there's some stuff like Annie and Oliver and
Oh, yeah.
Miserables.
Yes, but hey, let's don't get off on a tangent here. You know, we were getting ready to play musical chairs, right?
Musical chairs. I can't believe you've heard of the musical chairs. I saw it in New York. I think it was off Broadway
What?
or off Broadway. It is the most famous musical about furniture that has ever been created. It's absolutely mind-blowing. It's better than Cats. I laughed, I cried. totally sing something from the musical Chairs. You must know it, obviously, because you just brought it up. We have to do a little number from it.
I'll try my best.
Do you not know the words?
I don't think I.
All you have to do, you sing Chairs.
Okay.
I'll take care of the rest.
Ready.
Oh, wait, because this is inspired by Sir John Lennon, so I brought this.
Ready? Chairs.
They're really comfy.
Chairs.
When you gotta sit down.
Chairs.
You know, you gotta get one. Chairs. Jazz hands. Yeah! Oh my goodness, Nicole, you did good.
That was more
This-
fun than I thought. So,
Amazing.
Polka Dot, is there really a musical called Chairs?
There should be, if there isn't.
She
So
totally
no?
tricked me. I believed her. Oh,
You,
my goodness.
yeah. Do you think there's a musical about furniture?
No.
Do you give it 2 thumbs up? Don't you? You want to be our producers? Yeah, thumbs down. Oh man.
Polka Dot, we were
Way
supposed
harsh.
to be playing a game of musical chairs, you know, where you like start the music, everyone walks in a circle, and then the music stops, and you have to find a seat,
Oh,
and then you
okay.
take a chair away. The only problem is I don't think we have enough people to play. And you know what? We don't really have time to play now because I was just getting ready to tell everyone a musical story.
Oh, I'm sorry. I probably took up too much.
No, it's
time with
okay.
My musical.
But I was wondering, it was a very catchy little tune. I really liked it. And I kind of feel like I have heard that one somewhere before. You know what? Let's hear a musical Bible story, and maybe, just maybe, we'll hear that little tune again in our story. And maybe you can help me sing it in a new way. We'll make our own musical. What do you
Well,
think?
that sounds good. I'm
Okay.
just going to grab a chair. And
Okay,
there's
they're really comfy. Yeah,
Shake
really good. It's really catchy.
You gotta sit down.
Chairs. Okay. Anyway, let's keep going, friends. Remember last week we learned about the time when Samuel heard God's voice? Yeah, well, God told Samuel he was going to do some great big things with Samuel. One of the things that God used Samuel to do was to choose the very first king of Israel. God showed Samuel who it would be, and it was a man named, do you know? Saul, you're right. If you go to We School, then you know we've been talking about Saul for a few weeks. Most of you probably don't go to We School in this group, but some of you do. King Saul was a good king for a little while, but pretty soon things went downhill. He stopped obeying God. And so God told Samuel that one day there would be another king of Israel, the second king of Israel, and Samuel was going to get to choose him too. Well, when Saul heard that God was going to choose another person to be king one day, when he finally found out, how do you think Saul felt? Do you think he was like, oh, that's fabulous, you're choosing my replacement? No, he was really mad, super mad. So Saul started to become very angry. He would get so moody. Sometimes he would go for days and not speak to a single person because of how mad he was. Sometimes he would do really mean things like take a big spear and throw it across a room at someone, even his own son. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with this guy? Well, one day, Saul's servants looked around and they thought, well, hold on, let's put it to music. Oh, cool. Polka Dot, do you want to help me?
Sure.
So you don't need to sing Chairs. We're going to change that to Saul. Okay.
Okay.
Ready? So his servants looked around and said something like, Saul, he's really grumpy, Saul, and he's feeling blue, Saul. We just gotta help him, Saul. Musician, someone who could play the lyre, perhaps. Then he would like to hear it, and maybe it would help him feel better. Now, oh yeah, you've got it. A lyre is well, kind of like a harp. The strings on this one, well, we might turn it to the side to play these. You could play it like a harp. Wow, that's so neat. Well, Saul's servants had heard of a talented musician, and it was the son of a man named Jesse. Jesse had lots of sons, but one of them, a shepherd boy, was an excellent musician. Do you know the name of the shepherd boy? David, you're right. Now, let's think back for a minute. Remember how I just told you that Samuel was going to get to choose the second king of Israel one day? Well, Saul didn't know it yet, but David, that shepherd boy that they've selected to come play the lyre for King Saul, he's the one. He's the one who is going to be the second king of Israel. He'll be the king after Saul, but not quite yet. Right now, David is still a shepherd boy. He's a young man. And so he took care of his father's sheep when he lived at home. but he was also a musician too. And one of the instruments he played was the lyre, which, like I said, is kind of like a harp. He played other instruments as well. He would even make up songs as he was watching the sheep in the field. So he was a songwriter. He would write songs and poems. We call them psalms. Can you say psalms? Psalms. Psalms sounds a lot like the word songs, and in fact, most of the psalms are songs. Songs that David wrote about God. So, wait, psalms are songs, so we actually call David the psalmist because he wrote psalms, but we could call him the songist because those psalms were songs. So maybe that'll help you remember. Songist, psalmist. He wrote songs about God. Oh, yes.
What about Saul, though? Like Saul, grumpy Saul, who's like cray-cray and everything. Like, you know, we were looking for like someone to play music for him so he'd stop throwing spears at people and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. He was waiting for someone to come and play music to make him feel better. So Saul's servant sent a message for David, the shepherd boy, to come to the palace and play for the king. So David did. He went to the palace to play for King Saul. Now, when David got to the palace, he took out his lyre and he began to play for King Saul. I wonder what song he played. I have an idea. Hey, do you want to help me sing? Oh, I see.
I'm ready.
You have been waiting for the
Okay,
song.
of course, all my life.
Yes. I imagine when David sang a song for King Saul, it could have sounded a little something like, Saul, I know you're grumpy, Saul, and you're feeling blue, Saul, you just gotta cheer up, Saul.
Yeah. Did that make him feel better?
I bet it did. Actually, you're right. After David played and possibly even sang for the king, guess what happened? King Saul felt better. David's songs cheered him up. I mean, I don't blame him, right? So Saul was feeling a lot better, and from then on, anytime he was upset or moody or angry, he would call for David to come and play a song for him. And he would start to sing, I'm sure, Saul's very favorite song. Do you want to try to help us sing it this time? You could just sing Saul. You know that part, right? Okay, ready? Let's do it.
We got it.
Saul, I know you're grumpy, Saul, and you're feeling blue, Saul. You just gotta cheer up, Saul. Good job. They're gonna go home singing this all the way home. I just know it.
Of course.
Well, pretty soon, guess what? David was invited to come and live at the palace, and he even became one of Saul's armor bearers. So he was too young to fight in the army, but he could carry King Saul's heavy armor whenever they went into a battle. Hey, speaking of battles, I remember one time when King Saul and God's people were in a big battle against their enemies, the Philistines. It was really scary because the Philistines had a giant warrior named Goliath. Oh, good, you've heard this story before. Everyone was too afraid to fight Goliath except for one person. David, the very same David who played music in this song, is the one who watched sheep in the fields and went to fight against the giant Goliath. Wow. Now, that's so cool, isn't it? Even though he's little, he got to do all those amazing things. Well, pretty soon, guess what? David started to look like a real hero in the land of Israel. People started to really like him. When he started fighting in battles, he would go out and he won. King Saul started to get very jealous of David. Everyone loved David, and so King Saul was very mad. One day he was so jealous, he did something awful. David was sitting there playing his lyre, trying to help King Saul feel better, and King Saul picked up a spear and threw it across the room right at David. It barely missed him, but David was safe. God kept him safe, but can you believe that? How scary is that? David's life was in danger, and he had to run away from King Saul for many years. But one day, years later, God kept his promise, and David did become the second king of Israel.
You know what I think is really, really cool is that when Saul needed help, and God provided him David right there, but he didn't bring in some like grown-up musician. David was a kid when he started playing music for Saul and helping him to feel better. And God used him And that's just really cool to me.
That is so cool. I mean, I'm sure King Saul had his own royal musicians, right?
Yeah.
He's the king. But God made a way so that David was the one who was chosen to come. And he was just a kid, a teenager, when he got to play for King Saul and do lots of other important things. You know, David was good at a lot of things. I mean, really gifted and talented. But that's not the reason God chose him. He didn't choose David because he was so good at these things. David trusted God, and he loved God and followed him with his heart. And so that's why God chose him to do all these things and to eventually be king. David knew that his real strength came from God, and that's why he used even his songs to praise and worship God. He worshiped God with music and with his whole life. Hey friends, on your take-home sheet, you see an example up here. On your take-home sheet today, there's some really cool activities you can do with the book of Psalms in your Bible. There's a trick on how to find it, and kind of like a little scavenger hunt to look through the book of Psalms. So ask a grown-up at home to get their Bible out and help you do it. Right now, though, we need to say our hide-and-seek verse.
That's right. Well, I can't wait to hear what kind of cool games we're going to play
Yes.
at the game room next time.
me
Like,
too.
the fun never stops.
Hey, you know what? Before we say our verse, I have to tell you, today, did you hear Barbara? She said she couldn't wait to see what game we play next. Next week, we're not going to be in the game room. We're going to be somewhere else. It's going to look very different when you get in here. We're not going to be playing games, but, I can't give you any clues about it. You'll have to come back next week to find out. Maybe I did give you a clue. Hey, go ahead and stand up. Let's get ready to say our verse. What is it? You do, okay. Hey friends, we've got actually a couple extra minutes because you guys were early today. Thank you. Let's say our two verses. Do you remember the first one that starts out, therefore I tell you? And then it goes into, look at the birds of the air. Let's try both of those together. Oh, let's try the new one first. Let's do the birds. Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Matthew 6:25 through 33. Good job. Hey, let's back it up now. Let's do therefore I tell you and go the whole way through. Do you think you can do it? Help me do it on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they? Matthew 6:25 through 33. Good job. Give yourself a big clap. Keep working on that. I have to see you at the verse table so we can put a sticker on the chart for saying the verse. Have a great week. We'll see you next time for some brand new fun. Bye, friends. Bye-bye.